Welcome to Healing Through Dentistry podcast,
where we redefine health, wellness, and the power of your smile.
We're your hosts,
Hana
and Eva, twin sisters, qualified dentists and medical doctors.
This is more than a dental podcast.
It's a journey into profound connection between oral health and whole body healing.
Through personal stories, inspiring client transformations, and expert insights,
we explore how dentistry can ignite energy, relieve chronic pain, and transform lives.
Get ready to discover the extraordinary ways your smile can heal, inside and out.
Let's begin. Event we have just attended. We're coming back from Cannes Festival and we're in a beautiful taxi. So we thought we would share what we have experienced past 2 days. It was full on.
It was full on. And so
we came to see a premiere of She Healed documentary,
which is a 3-part documentary about the women health, which was amazing because that was so much of knowledge again and shared experience and, healing stories and transformational stories, which again just like reminded us how powerful the body is and how important is what we do.
But also how important is to have somebody to inspire you and to really have the awareness there are ways that you can do to get better, get healthy. So I love the documentary Shield was based on 3 parts. It was about being small, being bigger, and being much bigger. So in terms of age, and I loved it. It was a narrative of a small girl called Love and her mom and their kind of questions around health. So we would encourage all women to see the documentary once it's available. We loved it.
Yes, and not only we've been to Cannes to see it, because obviously Cannes is the city to be for a film like premieres and stuff. It was also big for us because they invited a cast from Bio Dentistry, which we are honored to be part of as well, to see the documentary and then just to perceive the atmosphere and, to connect with the people. So we've just come back from a beautiful boat trip where we were talking all day about health and how health is wealth
and how we transform dentistry. So it's a big part and it's just about, this is our mission, to get awareness about how connected, how everything is complex, how the teeth are not just cosmetics, but they are part of the body and they could be very transformative for people in a regenerative way. So we are bringing the dentistry back to medicine and to regenerative medicine. So yeah, it was beautiful being here with so many like-minded people.
Yeah. What's your take-home message, Eva? What was your reminder?
I've heard a line which I will remember forever. So take food as a medicine, or the medicine will feed you later on. So I love that one.
So food is a medicine. And if you are not nourishing yourself with the right food, then the medicine's gonna be your food. I love that one also.
Yeah. What is your one?
Yeah. My one, again, like a reminder how very, very important is to eat a right nutrition. I don't even want to call it healthy because healthy, you might perceive it in a different way. All of us think, I'm going to have a healthy cereal, but is it cereal healthy? It's full of carbohydrates, full of sugar. So I would say to eat a right nutrition. And it's not only important for us, but for our children or before we have a children, before we conceive. And that was the documentary about, that it is important to actually not to start, after you get pregnant, but before you get pregnant, which is what we believe in also. And it was quite scary, but the documentary was showing that if we do not feed ourselves and our kids with the right nutrition, there is so much of disease and symptoms. So I didn't realize none of us have kids, but I didn't realize that so many parents actually deal with kids with anxiety, with like extreme, sometimes depressions, extreme lack of focus. It was scary. And again, you know, Eva and me, we're gut-brain axis.
So this is like what you feed yourself, you feed your brain. You would just have what you eat would have impact how you think, how you feel.
Yeah.
So very impact.
So a massive reminder for all of us to, you know, to really educate ourselves on what we eat, what we buy, what's written on the packages. Because obviously not always you're able to produce your food, just like Eva, you know, she's growing her tomatoes and, you know, herbs, but not everyone. And she, you know, she doesn't have everything, but like some people have their farms and they have got their animals, their cows, their eggs, their like vegetables. But most of us, we don't. So it is very important if you can just to buy it, ideally from local farmers, which you do know. So you know what they're, you know, how they're treating their farms. But also if you do not have a farm, just like trying to get it like as bio as possible. Like, so really it is not affected by the chemicals, because in the documentary, again, for us, it was a reminder, but it's again a scary reminder how everything is just like pesticized and like chemicalized. And obviously, if we get the chemicals into our body, it's going to mess up with our body, with our hormones. So again, there was just again like a story of a gal or a little girl, and then like a gal who was going into her like teenage years, having like issues with her first period and, you know, anxiety and birth these out like angers and, you know, like it's psychological issues. And no wonder we do have issues, or the kids do have issues with that if they're constantly feeding on like processed food, which is full of chemicals. Like what was quite shocking. They were comparing a chip, like, you know, like chips. We all eat them sometimes. Like even I do sometimes eat chips, but it's not my like go-to food. And I don't have it, you know, every week once. I have it every now and then. But like they were comparing the chip, especially in like fast foods like McDonald's and KFC. I don't want to name them, but like all, you know, fast foods, but even in like a restaurants, like an equivalent of chemicals, what you have when you smoke cigarette. And I thought that was alarming. That was alarming. I thought, well, I'm just going to think twice if I'm going to get my chips every year or not, because that is really disrupting the whole metabolism.
Research behind it, and that's what I loved the documentary, because there was a chemist, a doctor, who was saying like there's 3 foods you have to be careful. The worst one is seed oils, the other one refined flours, and the third one are sugars. So refined sugars, sorry. So, you know, these 3 food, if you avoid, then, you know, you're doing the best for your body.
It is that's what we preach also. It is all the food which is actually causing inflammation in your body. So when we do surgeries, or when we like prepare our clients or educate our clients to prepare themselves before surgeries, we suggest, or we let them to be on a protocol, anti-inflammatory food protocol for at least a month before.
Gluten-free, sugar-free, seed oil-free, alcohol-free, caffeine-free.
And smoking-free, of course.
So they know it very well. Our clients know it pretty well too. And it's really this lifestyle, it changes their life. They get surge of energy. They're so impressed in, you know, first week, second week, how much they gain by just limiting certain.
That's true. And they didn't even have the surgery yet. And sometimes they share how they sleep better, how they, you know, are not chronically fatigued, how they're not tired, how they've got more energy, and they haven't even had the surgery yet. So the nutrition, the right nutrition, and
they're not nappy. They're not like, you know, fighting with, you know, little things.
Or their spouses or their kids. They're more like calm and dealing with, you know, the daily life like in a nicer manner. But also what was important, what again is our language was in the documentary that we need to supplement, because again, like they were just saying and explaining how the soil is no longer having the minerals of what it used to, let's say 50 years ago. And again, through the rain and through the, you know, like pesticides and
All the
chemicals, which obviously do get into the water and the soil, it's affecting like the growth, right? The growth of the plants. So they were just explaining how necessary, unfortunately, I don't know if they used the necessary word, but like that's what I perceived from it. That it is actually necessary in these days to really supplement, because we don't get enough vitamins and minerals from the food alone, even if we do actually eat healthy.
And heat nutrient foods like spirulina, they call it food not supplement, and algae. Yeah. So fabulous. Yeah.
Yes.
So
what else, Eva? Bio-dentistry. So we've met a few colleagues from the cast from bio-dentistry. It's always nice to be catching up. And again, we were just sharing the same language, which is like saying bye to them a few minutes ago. And we were just saying, all of us, how grateful we are to be in a community of same-minded people.
On the same mission, healing people.
Yeah, and it's only
one by one.
It's almost funny how, they're totally different cultures, countries, continents, but we just speak the same language. And it is beautiful. So we connected with few people and again discuss our, missions. And like, it's always funny how we end up talking about the same narrative, right?
But also about mindset, because it's not only what we do, like surgeries and preparing clients, but where do we start? The mindset first, the energy you have, so who says that, you would go for this treatment and go for this preparation? It's you who could say that. It just starts within you. So you decide whether you would like to do this journey or not. Otherwise, we could do the best surgery, but if your body is not prepared for it, if your mindset is not there,
and if you're not mentally ready for that, then you're not ready for that. That's right.
We're coming to the airport in Nice. So it was
sunny, a lot of wind this time. Yeah. And we're grateful that we were able to be here. We were grateful to Lolly Brands that they invited us for this. And we can't wait for another event. And I think next stop is going to be bio-dentistry. And just to say, there's a new documentary coming up, we've just learned, which is called The New Woo. So we can't wait for that one.
It's all about energy, frequency.
We've met a few ladies or people who are going to be part of it. And we're excited to see what this documentary is going to be about, because it starts with our frequency, our energy, our beliefs, and
So well done, Lolly Brands. You're rocking it. You're educating all the world. We're grateful that you're spreading this wisdom all around the world, and even the little Czech Republic.
So healing through dentistry, healing through your, personal beliefs. And yes, here we go. Take care, and we'll speak to you some other time.
Thank you for joining us on Healing Through Dentistry podcast. We hope today's conversation has inspired you to see your smile as the gateway to whole body well-being.
To stay connected, visit us on our website or follow us on social media.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit.
Until next time, remember, healing starts with a smile.
Take care,
and we will see you in the next episode.